Hello, everyone. Hey, everybody. How are you? So, I'm in the studio today. I was like, you better get in the studio. How y'all been? How has everyone been? Hi, fabulous family. This is the fabulous family over here. How's everybody doing? Um, are things opening up in your neighborhood, your community, where you are? Leave me a comment down below and let me know how things are going in your community, in your neighborhoods. I hope you guys can hear me. So I'm just working on my latest quilt that I showed you guys. It's not done by any means. Um, I'm just pressing my seams open because I believe that I'm going to, and pardon me not looking in the camera the whole time. Let me see if I can move this book out of the way. That might help. I love this shirt, so colorful. So I just got back in from running an errand. And, but let me ask again about your families. I hope everybody's family is okay. We know this C-19 has been, and we hope it goes quick. So I just been praying for families and that this thing would just leave us in peace. But I was, so let me know, how you doing in regards to that also. So I'm working on my quilt. And so what I've done is all the pieces really are together. And so I've pieced everything together. I think this piece here that I'm ironing and this piece on the table has to be sewn together and then sewn to the big piece that I have down here on the floor. And then the top will be finished. But because when I'm quilting, I like to, for those of you who sew and quilt, do you like to press your seams open or do you press to the darker fabric? How do you do it? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. And also, I want to say welcome to my new subscribers. My notifications let me know that I have 2 new subscribers. Welcome to Fabulous Family. Y'all look at my hair. The gray is popping out. It's got to go. This has got to go. Ow, my feet. It's got to go. It's got to go. So, I wanted to take some time here and come on and do a video. And we are finally opening back up my church. I'm excited about that. If your place of worship is opening up, let me know. This hair is really irritating me, so I'm going to try to do something with it. It's just hanging all over the place. Okay. I don't know, but okay. Yeah, it's got to come out soon so I can get into my scalp. You know how it is, you have your hair done and you want to get into your scalp. You want to touch your scalp, feel your scalp, your own hair. That's where I am with this hair. I don't really have any new hauls. I am waiting on something. One thing, I ordered 2 things in regards to the studio. One of them was this. It's a press roller. So what happens is every time I sew 2 pieces of fabric together, I either open that seam up and press it, or I press it to the side so that it's flat and even when I'm ready to press another seam. So what this does is keeps me from the iron for a while and allows me to continue sewing and pressing that seam open, putting right sides together and pressing that seam up. So that's what this does. And there's a white chalk chalk pencil in there also. So that's about it. I am waiting for some beautiful fabric that I'm going to show you whenever it comes. Due to COVID-19, you know, everything's on back order. Everything's taking longer than expected to come. So that's what I'm dealing with in that regard. It's really pretty. So I'll show you guys that. What are you guys working on? Have you been working on anything? Anything special? Crochet, knit projects? Now, as far as crochet, I have been trying to get back into the swing of things with the crochet, but I'm just not feeling it. I tried to do some, I was like, okay, let me do the dishcloths, right? Simple, quick, fast, easy. I couldn't get into it. So all that cotton yarn needs to go right back in that basket again. So I'm going to do that with that. Knitting. I have been trying to knit some socks for the longest time. And I did get a needle. It was a chow goo. And I think I showed you guys my chow goo needle. I love the cord, very, very flexible. Some cords are very stiff, and when you're doing a magic loop for a sock, and when you pull that cord, the cord is just really hard, and it's not as flexible as I need it to be, especially as a beginner knitter. So I may need to work on that. So I haven't even been able to get in that. You know, seasons, you know, they come and they go, right? It's a season for everything. You know, things come and they go. But sometimes you lose your mojo. That's what I call it for crafting. You know, it's just like, oh, bah humbug. I just don't feel like making a thing. Okay, I have a staple that's coming out of my handmade ironing board. Listen, we got to still do some stuff in here. But one of the main things, two of the main things I wanted in my studio was the tall cabinets, which I have here behind me. And this table to be higher so that when I stand and I want to cut fabric, the table hits me about right here and I don't have to bend over so much to cut my fabric. So I believe I can make the table myself. I really do. I just think that I can do a lot of things when it comes to things like that myself. But I can tell you this much. Opening every seam, I'm going to show you this in a minute. Opening all of these pieces that I've sewn together, opening up every seam is quite a bit. It is quite a bit, and it takes some time. So that's why when you're doing things like this, like sewing, knitting, crochet, you really have to have your head in it. Because it really takes time. Especially if you want it to look professional. And I do. I'm a professionalist when it comes to my business. I'm a professionalist. Before someone sees a hat or a sweater, I've probably done it a couple times to make sure that it's right. And that it looks like it came out of Macy's. You know? That's how I am. But I have been wanting to get this done because I think I'm a hand quilted. So when I'm sitting in the living room listening to a podcast or listening to an audio book, which I do enjoy. If you like listening to audiobooks, let me know. They have been letting me know in my notifications in regards to my Audible that I have 7 books that I can get. I'm like, okay, what am I going to get a book on? I was telling a girlfriend of mine, and we're just chatting. We're just catching up. You're just listening to me chat. And feel free to comment down in the comments to the different things that I'm chatting about here. Just chatting it up with you guys. It was letting me know that I have 7 credits, right? I'm like, oh my gosh, what books am I going to get? I was talking to one of my good girlfriends, and we were talking about books, and I was telling her I haven't seen a book or read a book besides my Bible. I'm not talking about my Bible. I'm just talking about really good books that, those books that, and for me, I read inspirational books, Christian books, money management books, things like that. And I like a good Christian novel. I like novels, but I just cannot read those trashy novels. I just can't do those. I just can't. It's too much. So I was telling her that the last book that I read that really changed me was Tommy Teeny, Teeny, was Tommy Teeny books, and I think it was The God Chasers. That book changed my worship life forever. My worship life, my worship and my prayer life to Almighty God shifted to a whole nother dimension, a whole nother realm. And I was looking, and I'm so glad that I'm talking about it now because I'm reminded to go, and I think that's what I'm going to get in my audio books, is one of Tommy Teeny books. And there's another book coming from my apostle that she wrote, and so I'm waiting for that to come out. And I'm going to share that with you all. For those that are interested, I will put it in the title so you'll know ahead of time what the topic is going to be about. So I'll do it chapter by chapter. I'll read a couple chapters, then I'll go back to the first chapter, and maybe we'll talk about the first 2 paragraphs or something like that, because it's going to be heavy. Okay, it's going to be heavy. That's going to be another book, I'm sure, that's going to change my life as well. And then I'm going to get one of Tommy Teeny books, God Chasers, God Catchers, and there's some other ones. But you can look him up on Google. Teeny, Tommy. Powerful. I don't know what he's doing now, but I know that those books are very, very good. So if you're looking for something like that, check him out and let me know what you think. What else do we have going on? I think that's all the housekeeping business. Working on this quilt. I think I showed you. Did I show you guys a quilt that I made for one of my sons? It's a quilt top. I made this quilt top. I finished it probably, has to be a year. Then we had C-19 and, everything was kind of closed down. And I finally have the backing for it. I think I showed you that quilt. But if I didn't, I'm going to show it real quick. It's a quilt that I'm making for one of my sons. It's really pretty. It's pretty large, I think. And but this one here that I'm working on now, this one is mine. Here it is, right here. Let me move this out the way. So, you all know that I love fabric. Fabric. I made this for my son. Which way does it go? Let's see. I'm standing behind it. So only thing I have to do with this is just finish it. But this is the top. And it's done. The top is done. And it's so beautiful. I think he's going to love it. And now that I'm looking at it in the camera, I can't even hold it up because I'm too short. to hold it all the way up. But now that I think about it, I think I'm going to give him the back part of fabric, you know, the batting and then the back. I think it's going to be either a black or a gray. And I'm also hand quilting this, and I'm going to be using crochet yarn to tie it. So it's going to be a hand tied quilt. That's what this quilt is going to be, hand tied. And I'll show you how I do that when I get to it. So I'm not to it. I first want to finish pressing these seams, putting this quilt top all together. And once this quilt top that I'm making for myself is all together, then I will show you that also. But I just wanted to hop on here and say hi to my fabulous family and hi to my new subscribers. I hope you like it here. This channel is about beauty, lifestyle, inspiration, sewing, quilting, painting, DIYs, table schematics, spring and fall schematics in the home, different things like that. That's what we do. Praying, scripture reading, Bible teaching, because I am a lover of Christ first and foremost and above all things. So let me say that.